and welcome to the 2025 Armchair Football League Draft. We have got a whole crew to introduce here on our broadcast. We're going to kick things off with the OG, the Unk of the server. Even though he's not that much older than me, I still wanted to make fun of him for it. Walter, how you doing today?
I just drank half, so now you can drink the other half.
Hey, Acorn, shut the fuck up.
I got a brain freeze. I had to
Oh, it's not
stop.
Acorn. Fuck, it's Latu. God damn it, Latu.
I got you. I don't have a first round pick, but I'm just listening.
All
Anyway,
right. So,
we're off to a great
yeah, I'm
start.
doing good.
Fantastic, everybody. We're so back.
Yeah,
We're so
it's
back.
we were talking a little bit beforehand. This is our fifth draft, and yeah, I mean when we first started this, the first people that joined this, did not quite get the idea and did not think that we were going to last very long at all. They probably thought that we weren't even going to get to the regular season. But now here we are, 5 years later. Thank you guys for all your hard work, for bringing this to the height that it's been, and I can't wait to see how everybody does this year.
Yep, and then I have with us JFK. He's gonna. Oh, I muted myself. Fucking a. Then also, yeah, sorry, I muted myself because my dog was barking at me again. And then JFK, he's going to be running as host for the event today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to get this started.
And then joining me as draft analyst, we've got Cal.
Good day, everyone. Thanks for having me on here. I'm about 90% sure they invited me on so I wouldn't have time to make trades today because I was flooding.
Well, Bert, that was requested by Bert, but you weren't supposed to have found that out.
I know, Bert.
And then our commissioner is actually going to serve as commissioner on the draft. I think this is the first draft fully that I didn't have to serve as commissioner because I think I had to announce the picks every time, except for now this one. So, MK, how you doing?
Doing good. Glad to finally be here. I'm joining, but I'm really only doing the first round. Steel will still do rounds 2 through 7.
I mean, the first round's the only one anyone listens to the commissioner for anyway, so it's fine.
It's the only one he does anyway in real life, so might as well be the only one that I do.
Exactly.
We should open it up. We should open it up next year, either this year or next year. To if anybody wants to announce their own pick, they're allowed to.
Nah, not allowed.
All right, MK, why don't you get us started here?
It's time. It's 11 o'clock. Before I start, big thank you to everyone that helped put in all the work on this sheet and getting us ready for today for the broadcast. And with that, the Cleveland Browns are officially on the clock.
All right, so who are we thinking here, guys?
Well, there's one name at the top of mine.
I think that there could. I wouldn't put it past them to pull a surprise here. I mean, I know everyone's been kind of assuming Cam Ward for a while, but I don't know. I think that there's been a little bit of discussion about how to use this pick.
Well, I mean, there's no discussion on how to use it for me, but with the trade up and everything, but um, there has been some smoke screening at the very least about how this pick is going to be used.
I think where there's a little smoke, there's some fire.
Yeah, I agree with Steele. It's got to be quarterback with the assets given up to move up. It'd be crazy to pick something other than QB here.
Sounds like some woke nonsense to not go quarterback, but it's whatever.
Yeah, you're not buying the dual positionality of Hunter being more valuable.
Nope.
We got 2 minutes of discussion.
They're milking the clock on us, which is not very helpful.
Well, it's really like the draft start. It's like the first three picks. We pretty much know how they're going to go, unless there's a surprise at the top here. Then it kind of throws everything in flux. But I think we pretty much know what these top three picks are going to be, and we probably know the order of it too, for the most part. So the draft really starts at 4 for me.
Well, Starfish did tell me I had the top five pretty good, except for maybe his own picks. He was trying to smokescreen, so that means I definitely got it all wrong. Because if somebody in the top five is going to tell me I got it right, that definitely means I don't. Oh, hold
Do
the
we have somebody
hold
to
the
do the
hold the fuck up. There's
do we,
no way.
do we, do we have somebody to do the chime?
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
This better not be on God.
Is the pick
There
in?
we go.
Pick is in.
Okay.
Let's go.
With the first pick of the 2025 ACFL draft, the Cleveland Browns select Cameron Ward, quarterback, Miami.
Sweet.
There he goes.
Sweet. I don't have to trade all my picks to try to move up to 2.
Shocker.
Okay, so I know that I spoke to Cleveland a little bit yesterday after they reacted to a comment, and they did tell me that they have actually had a lot of discussions because they just love Hunter so much. But yeah, I mean, you give up this many assets, you kind of have to risk it for the most valuable position.
Yeah, Cam Ward, the top QB on the top of most people's boards. Definitely, if you're trading up to 1, you're hoping to get that franchise quarterback, and Cam seems to be where most people project as being that guy. It'll be interesting to see how Shadur falls throughout the day, where he might end up going. Number 2, we got Jacksonville up. It seemed like we probably won't have much debate here on what the pick's going to be either, but if you guys want to give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, so for the first off, I mean, Cam, like, franchise quarterback for the Browns, like, that's why they move up. And, like, I know they kind of, played around with going somewhere else or trying to play the draft game a little bit, but obviously the best value, and just trying to take that swing because they're going to need a top level quarterback to catch up in the division. So I think it's the right call. But then for Jacksonville, you don't really move up ahead of Seattle unless you're thinking of taking Travis Hunter. So that's where I think it'd be.
Yeah.
Like the trade up for them was either like you're getting Hunter or you're getting Ward if the Browns decide to.
Yeah, I don't think it was the most electric year for a top quarterback, but if you have 1-1, I think you got to go quarterback. If you trade it. I think it's a safe move and it's in a good pick for them.
Pick is in for Jacksonville. It'll be a shocker. At the second overall pick in the ACFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Travis Hunter, cornerback / wide receiver, Colorado. The Seahawks are on the clock.
Yeah, and that didn't really feel in doubt. You're right. After they traded ahead of Seattle, who has had Hunter in their sights for ages.
Yeah. So I mean, this is the move you do it for, and like best football player in the class. I think I'd have him as my highest graded player at all over the last 5 years. Just an insane athlete and football player to be able to do both pretty well. The ball skills are the best I've ever seen by a lot. Like he can work whichever way you play him. I'd love to see him play corner because I think that would be he could be a transcendent sort of corner. But honestly, I mean he's probably just going to try to do both, and I think that'd be very fun. See how it works out.
Yeah, I think at least on the rookie contract, you'll see him do both. You'll see him split time, at least for that first year or two, and then as he goes on into his career, you'll probably start seeing him lean more heavily in one direction. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I can't think of another player who's really even in the same vicinity as him as a prospect. So.
Yeah, now we got Seattle here who get their guy kind of sniped from them, and now it'll be interesting to see who they go with here. GT obviously not going to be a fit with their running back position being full on the team. You wonder they go Abdul Carter, Will Campbell. What are you guys' thoughts?
It did seem like they were gearing up to take Abdul Carter. Just anyway, that's why some of the deals to number 2 for them didn't end up working out because they were split.
Runner, I was trying to do a haul that made Green Bay look silly.
Yeah, I mean Seattle. I think they've been pretty open about like where they're leaning. You got Verse. Turner hasn't really panned out quite yet, as far as I know. He still has 73 in the sheet. I don't know if that was updated at all.
Verse is
I
at
mean,
85, 86.
Verse is nice. Verse is so. I mean, pairing Abdul Carter next to him would definitely be huge. I could see Mason Graham. I think it's a little bit of a reach at 3 with Carter on the board, but I think that they could also use some interior D line help. They really only have DeForest Buckner right now.
Yeah, I think Carter could get this.
I think it's going to be Carter though.
With the third pick of the 2025 ACFL draft, the Seattle Seahawks select Abdul Carter, edge, Penn State. Packers are now on the clock.
Stop the count. I'm 3 for 3.
Yeah.
This is where the draft really starts to me.
So what will do we think the Packers are going to take?
Howard.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Will I Am.
Will I? Yeah. Oh, what an upset pick there. Really down in the betting market.
It's going to be Kyle McCord.
FanDuel had him plus 12,000 to go here.
All right, boys, we're investing in the league because I just won big.
Yeah,
with that.
rigging the bets.
Carter has a foot injury, but overall, with the speed and how he moves, I think that's going to be a home run pick for Seattle. That's going to be a great fit. They're going to have a scary team.
Yeah, I mean, I was digging into analytics last night and over the past few days, and his numbers are just really, really good. I still think that there's a little bit of rawness on tape that I think people are overlooking a little bit, and that's just to say that I think that he might not come out of the gates and meet the expectations I think people have set on him, but he's going to be a really good player in this league.
Pick is in for Green Bay.
Ooh.
Commissioner, take us away.
I think it's going to be Graham.
With the fourth pick in the ACFL draft, the Green Bay Packers select Will Howard, quarterback, Ohio State.
Hell yeah.
It's too good not to do it 104. They took the right Will this time. They are taking Will Campbell. Oh, not that. Not him.
Oh, all right.
Will Campbell, tackle or guard, however you look at it, LSU.
My head is spinning because we went from Will Howard to Ted McMillan to Will Campbell.
I think this might be the first surprise on the board for some people. I don't know about you guys. I would have predicted GT going here at 4 to Green Bay. So interesting to see Will Campbell.
4 for 4, baby. Woo!
I like the pick. I like Will Campbell a lot. I think that this is a fine place for him to go, both here and in real life. I think people undervalue the offensive line a little too much with Madden, and I get why. If you simulate games and you simulate through the season, it doesn't really matter. But I think you consistently see that a lot of the teams that end up making the playoffs have at least above average to good offensive lines. So I like the pick.
Yeah, I think
And no one.
pick for them. They already have the quarterback. They just need to start giving them some weapons. They're starting to protect them. They drafted Barton last year. It's been a really good fit. Campbell's just really produce on that line for them.
I am a little surprised because of how they talked about Mason Graham. I don't really remember them talking as much about Will Campbell. So I think that just based off of how they were talking, I kind of thought that they were going to lean more towards Graham. But I like the pick. I was taking Will Campbell over these other guys too. This is a good pick for me.
Where do you guys think Will Campbell ends up lining up for Green Bay? You think they play him at tackle or at guard?
I don't think they're grappling up forward to playing my guard.
I think they're going to play my guard.
Well, it is interesting because I've noticed this year. Like I've tried to play Tyler Smith at tackle, and we can get to it. I said the pick is in, so we can actually get to it after we announce this New England pick.
Oh, God.
With the fifth pick in the 2025 ACFL draft, the New England Patriots select Armand Mambo, offensive tackle.
I almost did it, too. God damn it. I'm a coward.
I was really
Tampa
hoping
Bay's
they
on
went
the clock.
for.
You think they were playing Campbell and then they got sniped and then Mambo, or you think that was their guy all along?
That I don't know. Just to finish off the quick point that I was making with Campbell, I tried to play Tyler Smith at tackle this year, and because he was listed at guard in Madden, I did feel like he struggled a little bit. So I do think that there might be. I don't know how consistent it will be, but I feel like I have noticed the past like year or two that guard players listed at guard are coded weird at tackle. So that could be something that happens with Will Campbell. You might be able to get away with him at tackle this year, but if he moves inside the guard, you're probably gonna have to play him at guard.
But then, so for New England's pick here, Membo, like, this is a dominant tackle duo for them. To get them back to back, they'll have to figure out quarterback for the future going forward. But I wasn't certain quarterback would be on the table just because of the Russ trade. They'll have a guy for this year, but locking in that offensive line, they'll get to kick um, Onwenu down to back to guard. So I think that really, I mean, that should be a powerhouse offensive line and a good foundation for the team. So love the process here. Membo is my fifth guy, I think, even. So
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like I said, I was as the Jets as a division rival, I was hoping they went for Shador. But no, this is you have the forming of a very solid offensive line. So a very good job on the process there by the Pats.
we're going super fast, also. Cooking.
We
Yeah.
usually go pretty fast at the top.
I mean, we haven't had any trades happen so far during the draft, so that'll keep the pace going. So we got Tampa Bay now up at 6. So what are we thinking there?
With the new owner, they're probably looking to overhaul the roster and kind of just maximize value. Maybe they like the quarterback there, or maybe they add to the defense. We'll see.
I could see Graham here. I think that's the safe pick, and I think that's probably the right pick, just to keep building the foundation of the team.
I want to see it be Genty.
I wouldn't mind Genty here either.
With the sixth pick of the ACFL draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Ashton Genty, running back.
Yes.
Washington is on the clock.
And GT goes 6 to Tampa. First running back off the board in this loaded class.
I'm glad he didn't fall. He didn't deserve to fall just because his class is good. But I mean, the balance, the ability to shake off tackles, the big play hitting ability. I mean, he's a monster. So
He had. I was doing like as I was getting into analytics and stuff this past week. He has 152 missed tackles forced. That's insane. Like the next guy has like Scativo has like 103. I don't see anybody else at 100. I don't even really see anybody else at like 90.
Yeah, I think CO's big board report notes say it all right there. Timothy.
hell yeah.
He's a great pick. He's going to be dynamic and really good offensive piece to build around for his Bucks.
Especially in Madden, like they'll code him really well. Especially if he performs in real life. So right out of the gate, he should be one of the highest rated players in this rookie class. Probably going to have superstar. Outside chances. I don't know if they've ever given out X Factor right away.
They have, yeah. So I think he gets it right away.
Yeah, I feel like they've been a little bit looser on that. Like I know that they were. I think they were lower on giving high dev traits out last year. I don't think anybody got X Factor.
I think Caleb had X right away though, but
I thought he had Superstar, and they gave him X like in the first update. So I mean, the same thing could happen with Genty, but I don't know if that'll.
Well, I mean, none of the guys are there right away. They're all hidden. But like the first update, they like put it on their website, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. They do it kind of weird there. I will say, but
Yeah.
they really commit to that fog of war that is gone within like 4 weeks of the first sim you do and never changes.
Yeah.
I would love it if they changed them. That would be awesome, but doesn't seem like they do very often.
So for Washington, where do we think they go? They only have one interior defensive lineman on the roster. So Mason Graham, come on down.
Or do they look to trade this pick possibly? Maybe move down.
Yeah. Although I don't know if there's anybody that I'd really be desperately trying to trade up for. Graham might be the only guy.
Yeah, I mean, Graham's the top on both of our boards here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
This is really where our board starts to really break
I
apart.
think there's a pretty big drop off from Mason Graham to Siobhan Revel Jr.
I would disagree.
Siobhan.
Just kidding. I don't disagree, but I don't.
Oh, jeez, I didn't even notice Siobhan Ravel's the next top player on the board. for
He's
Josh.
good. He's nice.
You got him, what, 8th on the board?
Yeah, that boy's nice.
we do have our first sending the pick to me instead of MK. Understandable.
I didn't see the line on that, but I would have had the over.
I should have put that as one. I considered it, but I was like, it's a little weird.
We do have a pick in. You have to give me a second because we also have a trade.
Oh, interesting.
Washington has traded the 7th pick along with the 30th pick to New Orleans for the 15th, 31st, 66th, and 111th pick.
I'm a big fan of that 30-31 swap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how do you think they negotiate that? Like,
Just commenting on that in the trade discussion. That's really strange. But I'm here for it.
With the 7th pick in the ACFL draft, the New Orleans Saints select Mason Graham, defensive lineman, Michigan.
Yeah,
well, we got the player right. We got the team wrong, but
I would have been surprised if he fell much further than this.
It makes sense for them who needs the interior defensive line help as well to make this move with Graham. That would have been a good team fit as well.
Yeah,
great run stuffer. He's got good lateral movement. He's got a good bull rush. He's a former wrestler, good team leader. I think he's going to be a great fit for the Saints. And they're going to build a nice team. They have a lot of nice assets and some good pieces so far. Not just saying that because they have Gibbs and Terry and Arnold, but.
I love me a good wrestling background for a trench player. That's what we're going for here. It's the Midwest boys.
I'm a sucker for that as well.
So like, there was a time where like a lot of these guys had wrestled against Tristan Wirfs too. It's like if you ever beat Wirfs in wrestling, I'll draft you. I'll be right back. Just a second.
so if Shadur falls to 9, Cleveland could trade Ward to someone and then take Shadur there at 9.
Just take them both.
One of them's gonna succeed.
You hope. That would really suck if you take both and they both suck.
Yeah, like
This is where the draft gets weird to me. Like that's kind of why Siobhan is so high on my board because I'm just like I'm all of these guys. Some are like they have like high athletic scores, but their analytics aren't that great, or the analytics are great, but when you turn on the tape, it's like doesn't really show up, or the RAS score isn't that high, or they have like a lot of these edges seem to have like character concerns that are coming up, and some are obviously are smoke, some probably going to be true. So it's a really weird draft to me, and this is where it really starts to get weird. So I have like no feel for.
Yeah, no, I hear you, and that's kind of when I was sitting there at 12. That's how I felt. It's like, man, this could go one of so many directions, and I would rather just kind of trade out of it, and take a safer play if possible.
Yeah, like I think a lot of these guys have like considerably high boomer bust potential. Like I don't really think Tyler Warren I think is a safe pick. But outside of that, like there's definitely risk with Siobhan.
For sure.
He's not. I brought up Quignon when I first watched Rebels tape. He's not as good as Quignon. Quignon is a lot more refined. He's younger, doesn't have the injury concerns, but Revel or Revel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name,
It's Rebel.
but his Rebel, his reaction time is just insanely good. Like
Yeah.
he's rarely going to be caught out of position. Just
He's got everything you need.
yeah,
It's just the knee injury kind of scares me off a little bit.
yeah, and that's fair. Like he's definitely a risk.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah, I will say I think it would be a little unlikely to see Ravel go this high, but
Oh, he definitely won't.
you can see him go by the 20s or so.
Yeah,
Our first pick to take more than 2 minutes actually picking.
which kind of makes sense. Like the draft slows down once it starts getting weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, in real life, they're 100% like stalling it out on those
Yeah.
early picks. I mean, a team isn't taking those 10 minutes to decide at number one.
Yeah.
The Lions got shit because they took Hutchinson too early. They said that one year. They fucking ran up, and then the NFL said, "Don't do that again."
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
we got
Titans
sponsors.
the Titans are going to take 9 minutes and 59 seconds to make the number one pick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's usually like a certain group of guys in every draft, just like for our purposes, where you know, like, okay, these amount of guys, these certain number of guys are going to go within the first however many picks, and like the order is like varying, and a lot of it is just kind of like you take the best one who drops to you, where there is a considerable drop off to that next tier of players, and I think this is where we're hitting it.
One thing I found interesting about that Saints deal is there was a lot of talk about wait till draft day to trade your picks. The offers will be better, but I thought that was actually a pretty good price for the Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's a lot of like at the top, like the teams just moved early and
Yeah.
didn't move away. Like they got their good
Mhm.
deal and got up. So it's like we really, I mean, we'll never really know if there would have been a team swinging big, if knowing whatever, one of the top
Yeah.
three. But
Yeah, I just think that deal kind of justifies the early moves a little bit more.
like, I
I
mean,
think
it
that the big
certainly
thing was,
does
like,
help that like the Seahawks were already settled. Like they were very
Yeah.
aggressive. So like that would have been the team. But they already gave a little more. But I'm just saying between 2 and 3.
that's the thing though with like moving early. I think it's better for the team that's trading up. It's worse for the team that's trading down because I think what you discount is like when you do get to draft day, the the excitement of getting your guy and making a swing and like really being a part of the day, I think does affect some people. So like you can kind of you can play it's a risk for sure, but I kind of find it hard to believe that if you have a deal agreed to a week before the draft, that you're just going to lose all of that value by waiting.
Yeah.
Did the Cowboys send a board, or are we? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's
We're waiting to see if he gets on.
Okay. Hopefully he's not. We should get the board
Yeah, I mean it's tough. He's over. What did he say?
Singapore?
Yeah, Singapore is what I thought. So it's a tough time zone.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
this is kind of a
I mean,
never-ending struggle with him. But
Yeah, he should know the routine by now. That's okay. I'll just stare at Mason Graham all day.
wait,
I will
wait,
say
wait
I
a
am
minute.
not,
Mason Graham is white.
I'm not quite as high on Mason Graham as everybody else was. I came around on him. I'm higher on him than I was when I first started the process, but I do think that there are some pass Steele, what did you say? What did you say his pass rush win rate was again?
Oh, fucking okay. You make me go back. Yeah, don't. I
Well,
appreciate-
I'll go back. I'll check it because I think
Oh,
it's,
I
it's
can
weird.
I can get it. It's fine. 13.8. 12%
Okay.
stop
I thought
rate.
it was high. I
Well,
thought it was high.
that's
I
like
thought you-
95th, 96th percentile interior guy.
Is it?
I think so. If I'm reading their percentile chart correctly on the PFF comparables,
Right.
he's
I have to
literally
look
he's
at it.
literally he's the second
Players
standard
get there.
deviation right on everything, grades and
Okay,
productions.
I have to look at that chart. There are 3 interior defensive linemen in this class who have considerably higher pass rush win rate.
Well, fucking, of course, because one of them's the goat, and he can't hang with that. But he's gonna go in the second round to me.
Yeah. They sent one name in, but I guess they only need one if they're still there, right?
It's the draft day meme on the piece of paper.
I'm just gonna call it. They're not on, so we'll pick the one person they sent. So the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State.
So glad that guy's still there for that. And us.
Yeah, they only needed one name. You got to give them credit, right?
You gotta shoot your shot, sniper. We're not gonna.
I mean, it's not terrible value there. Interesting to see how he'll be used and where he goes in real life, but I think it could be a lesson for unicorn. I'm a bit of a sucker for those unicorn tight ends. Might not always work out. That's the line play.
Yeah, I mean Warren he's very high for me. Obviously, I have him at 7. The run after catch stuff is going to be interesting to see if it translates into Madden, but I mean super versatile, played kind of all over the place. I think that he can work a little bit better as a blocker than maybe he did in college. He can fill out a little bit better. Play with a little bit more leverage, but he was solid. Like it was not bad. So I think he got a little bit more shit than he should have for his blocking, but I think he can progress to being an actual like good blocker potentially as well, if that's something he even honestly is, if a team values it for him. But I just said not a strong blocker, as in he's not a guy you would expect to be like a true road grader out there. I wouldn't put him one-on-one with the edge. It would be more of a duo block up. But still, excellent stuff. And he should be able to win in a variety of ways in the sim.
Yeah, this to me was kind of like the last. There's a few more, I guess, but it's getting smaller and smaller. He was probably my best safe pick in this range. Like, I don't know how good he's going to be, but I think he'll be good. I think he'll be a solid player. And I think everybody else in this area, I think, has a little bit more risk attached to them.
I mean, I know what I would do here for the Browns, and I would not question it at all. I'd be running that Ted McMillan pick, but like the Dallas, it was harder because their strength is kind of their wide receivers anyway, but they don't really have the tight end. So with the board how it fell, Warren, I think it's a good shout regardless. And obviously,
so you think they're going Ted McMillan here at 9?
That's
Pair
what
him up with
I'd do.
Ward?
That's where I'd be, but you never know.
Shadur's still here. Obviously not going at 9 after the pick at 1.
Gotta get your Kirk Cousins.
I'm a little wonky on Ted. Like I like a lot of the highlights. I like the catch radius, the size, and all that stuff. I'm not really worried about the athletic. Some of the stuff that I saw on tape, like he runs his routes really slow a lot of the time, and it does come up a little bit lazy at times.
It's called a change of pace.
No, it's not, but it's different than that. Like Xavier Worthy had change of pace. Xavier Worthy was throttling up and throttling down. There's Ted seems like he takes a few steps. Coleman pointed it out too. Like the way that he's cutting, or even just like the steps out of his break, can be really slow. Not even out of the break, out of the release can be really slow.
Listen, you gotta hit him. You gotta hit him with a size up package.
You think if the Browns front office knew Shadur was going to be there at 9, they would have taken Hunter at 1?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Because if they're thinking Shadur, they wouldn't have moved. Is what I think actually would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. To just try them at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. But then you get number 1, or not number 1 QB, number 2 QB, but number 1 wide receiver, and maybe quarterback.
But at the very least, because they had 7 and 9, right? Or was it? Was the other
6 and 9? I think
6 and 9. Yeah. So if you were thinking Shador was a possibility, you would have moved from 9 rather than 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is the doctor in?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far Shadur falls. It's kind of hard to see a landing spot past here.
Yeah,
Raiders definitely not.
there's a bit of a gap. Yeah.
Not. Yeah.
I guess is there a draft order just listed anywhere?
Yeah, I got posted in announcements.
Okay, I can also look at it. I have the draft sheet. Yeah, so I'm trying to think, where's the next place
Hmm.
that he goes? I mean,
Shadur falls to 29.
No comment.
it could be the Colts at 14.
No, the Colts got fucking Jordan Travis to go.
The commies? 15?
Oh no,
The commies, I mean,
I think-
shit.
I confused. I was confusing him with somebody else. No, Shador's definitely in play for 14.
Psh.
Yeah, it looks like 14, 15 range.
Yeah,
That'd be a landing spot.
That would be kind of crazy if he traded Cam Ward for Travis Hunter here, and then picked Shadur at 9.
Like a Marvin Harrison deal last year.
Oh, here's the music.
With the
Who
ninth
is
pick
it gonna be?
in the ACFL draft, the Cleveland Browns select Pat McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona.
Yes.
Okay.
The
W.
Raiders are on the clock.
And it's what we expected again.
yep.
I mean, okay, I'll go here. So yeah, I think that he's gonna be an excellent fit for their dog wide receiver room here. Essentially, just throw up go balls all day. That's what they're gonna do. Him and Pickens are just gonna try to just moss everybody every play. But yeah, I think he does do some of the same things you're hoping Pickens will do, but I would just try to move Pickens into the slot. Let him use his physicality, and a little bit more pace in the route on the inside, and let Tet work more of the vertical stem on the outside. That's what I would try to do to make them fit and work good. But regardless, I think they just needed to try to pair a weapon up with Ward and get that offensive weaponry up to standard so that he can really kind of cook. Because I think that was a lot of what held them back from being like a truly good team in that early run. Because they were still like they're winning games, but they were winning games like they called their pocket
Yeah.
and then slopped something else in.
Yeah.
In the pool for a pool metaphor there, but that's just what it was. They pulled off a lot of wins, and Stafford was out of his mind. And I just
Yeah.
think that you're gonna want to give him a better floor than one wide receiver and Braxton Berrios cooking.
I mean, to me, this is like it's kind of what I've been talking about with the Patriots in real life. Is like once you take the quarterback and you don't really pretty much commit to investing in them, like you might sacrifice a little bit of the best player available stuff for a player that can help your young quarterback. So they're following that strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like that. I like Tet. He's Drake London light for the lazy comp. He's a,
Drake
He's
London
gonna be-
light. He's better than Drake London. Just kidding. I don't know. just wanted to say it. Get it out there.
I like it. No, I think that's a great strategy for the Browns to get a QB1 and wide receiver one. And have some fun in that division because that's more of the grind in that division.
Yeah, they're making sure to stack quarterback and receivers so they get fantasy points for both.
Raiders up next at 110. Who do we like for them?
Who do I like for them? I mean, I would have Barron, I think, but I could see him do Will Johnson as well. I would do corner, I think is what I'm locked in on. But
Will Johnson's last player available in my top 10, so I think that would be a great fit for them.
Yeah.
or Savon Revel. Honestly, if he runs that pick in, I'll be like, I totally get it. I'm not gonna have anything bad to say about it. So he's a lot lower on my board, but I'd have nothing to say about it. I'd be like, hell yeah. That's what I'd say.
I'm trusting my gut on this one.
We love a hell yeah pick. God, the clock will be shorter in future days.
Yeah, they don't really need to go O line, and a lot of O line would be a reach here, despite how I have them ranked. Yeah, you kind of do have to go defense with what's available and what they need.
Yeah, I think the draft sits pretty well for defense here.
Yeah, and I mean you could go Mike Green, since Will McDonald hasn't really done any. He hasn't really progressed.
That is
But,
hilarious. He's better than Trayvon Walker. I had to bring it back.
He's just, on the sheet, he's a 76.
It was 79, I think I ended. The sheet is not. You can't trust the sheet.
Yeah, I know. I go off of it and then I let people correct me.
Fun exercise.
But yeah, no. McDonald's him. Don't worry about it. He'll be fine. Superstar,
He's
superstar
good.
abilities. All right.
He's definitely good. That's what I was gonna say. Like he hasn't he's not a guy who's had the rating where you can be like, all right, I'm good at edge. I can pass on somebody else, but like I could see Mike Green, but like Will McDonald is still good enough that you can sacrifice a little bit and go for somebody else. Like I wasn't trying to say Will McDonald is bad. I was just like I could see Mike Green because
Listen,
Will McDonald.
don't come after the
has
Iowa
an
State guy, all right? I will fight. But I mean, he's a perfect number 2 regardless. So like, I think it's tough to go edge again, but you get the rookie contract extended, like that sort of stuff. It's not edge is always a good pick. I mean, depth and shit like that. So it wouldn't. It's not that I said you can't do it, but it's just like that's the one that's like I think because I got Barron so close. It's like I would do a Barron. Or yeah, I said even Will Johnson, like he's down a little lower on my board, mainly just due to the injury concern. But if he's gonna test soon, and you just feel good that's gonna be, you know.
I know you guys don't have this guy as high on your board, but Shamar Stewart to pair with Max Crosby would be fine. On the edge.
He'd be big enough to potentially go inside on the late downs too. So on the pass rush downs, so that could fit overall too.
Yeah, I'm working on my defensive line big board right now. Stewart's pretty high on it.
Yeah, I really like Stewart.
Yeah, it's just his production is just out of whack.
So Steele, you're saying Shamar Stewart is big enough to move inside?
Yeah, because you do it, so you've set the tone, Mr. Commissioner.
All right, cool. So that's exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him to play 3-tech on first down like you do, though.
I am playing like okay.
Here's the music.
With the 10th pick of the ACFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Jahdae Barron, cornerback, Texas.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's a good pick. I like Barron a lot. He's almost like a branch type Swiss Army knife. Of course, the Lions fan's gonna say that. Not the fastest, but great instincts. No steps wasted for him. He's a good blitzer as well, solid tackling skills. So, yeah, I definitely like Barron.
I think he can sort of patch up a lot of different spots for you, depending on where you want to. Honestly, I would love to see a team try him at safety for a bit, like deep safety, just see what it looks like. But because I think he plays so well looking at the quarterback from the outside, it's like I kind of wonder if he can do it from the deep free safety stuff. But regardless, I just think he's got good eyes, good hands, and has the feet to make it all happen. So I think he needs a little bit of work technically, specifically when he's in man coverage on the outside, if that's where he lives. Just getting more comfortable turning his back and running with the receiver, playing the man. That sort of stuff is where I think he needs to work on a bit. But the zone is what you sit in most of the time anyway, and I feel good about him triggering aggressively in zone and making some plays.
Yeah, they brought in Chris Jones on the D line as well to help Max. So hopefully those guys can create the pressure, and Barron can take some pressure off the secondary. Mahomes and Herbert's in the division.
Steve, I'm happy to see that you put Derek Harmon this high. You had the courage that I didn't.
Listen, I'm not lacking in that.
No, I would have after going through the analytics of stuff last night and the day before, I would have ranked him higher. I just didn't get around to adjusting my board.
I think people give him too much of a hard time for some of his lower plays, but like he's playing at a very
Yeah,
different like body style than he was
yeah,
before. So he's still kind of getting used to how his physicality will work in that spot. So I think he
yeah,
attacks a couple reps like he's still 330 instead of 310. But
yeah.
he showed it, enough flashes, and also I mean his production is still insane. So it's like I feel good
He
about him
waited
being a
at
game
three.
record. 315,
He
right?
waited at 322.
Really? He went back up a little. That's interesting.
Yeah,
He tested all right, didn't he?
like yeah, he tested great.
Reported he was
Well,
at like
actually, no, he did. So wait, no, because he didn't do the because I pulled from the pro day results. So maybe he did the combine because I don't have any numbers for him athletically.
Interesting. Okay.
But he's 6'4", 322, 43 hurries, which I think is the most for any interior defensive lineman this year. 55 total pressures.
I saw a report
Pass
he
rush
played at
win rate.
315, which was 25 pounds down from where he was listed before. Interesting.
Okay, maybe he went up. Yeah,
Maybe went up a
the
bit.
pass rush, the win rate was 17.6, pressure rate 15.9. There's only one player I see. Oh, there's two players that are higher
There
than
is
him.
too. Yeah. My Tennessee goat's higher, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I think the run stop stuff will improve.
Pick is in for New Orleans, and they are selecting Jalen Walker, edge, Georgia.
I knew it would
Arizona
happen
Gamecocks.
earlier than I put it, but I just couldn't decide where.
He was really hard to scout for me because of where they played him.
Yeah, I was looking at him when I had 12 for sure in that range. Definitely better as an edge setter than off ball, but he's been electric on film all year. Outstanding change of direction and just great leadership. Coaching staff raves about him, so I think he'll be another amazing piece for the Saints. They're really building a powerhouse.
He's just too good of a movement player, like out in space, tracking down players, or just rushing off the edge. He moves so well that's like you got to bet on it at least a little bit. I put him at 21, and that's honestly with like no real production to speak of, like be at this level. So you're taking a bet on him to put together a package of skills that will make him really productive. But I do think that he is a smart player from what I've seen. I don't think he anticipates the game very well, but I do think he plays his role correctly, at least from what I can gather based off that Georgia defense. So I think that he can do a lot of things in the front seven that you ask him to do and move around and pick it up well. And I think that'll be his asset for him.
Yeah, I mean, you had him at 22 or did
21.
21? Okay, so I had him at 20. But yeah, I mean, to me this is a little bit of a reach, but I get betting on him because of what he showed on tape. The only reason why I had him low was just because they played him off ball so much, and it was just a weird way to scout him.
I do think he's going to be, if you're asking him to play off-ball linebacker, like a legit off-ball linebacker, I think that's going to be very bad. I could be wrong on that,
sure.
but I do not want to see him trying to drop into a spot zone ever. I do not want to see it. Like I've had enough of it.
There's a chance I'm confusing him with somebody else, but I mean, I knew he was bad. I thought he was bad in coverage, but there was one rep where there's a guy who sits down in the middle, right in the zone that he should be covering, and he bolts to the guy in the flat. Like, it made no sense.
Yeah.
And he left the guy wide open, and they ended up getting like a 15 to 20-yard gain out of it.
I do like him for a 3-4 coverage guy, just because like you are literally putting the flats and you're only one responsibility.
Yeah.
So like, I think like if he's a 3-4 guy who drops into coverage from there, I could see that working out. But he doesn't have great size for a true edge. That's kind of the toughest part. But I think that can be developed as well a little bit. Add on 10 pounds, you get closer.
Develop his size. Send him to the buffet.
Hell yeah, let's get this dude on the fucking lunch lines.
Yeah, I had him and Jihad Campbell very close together, but if you wanted a off-ball linebacker, you'd put
Okay.
him if you wanted
Jihad Campbell, I really like him. I wanted to rank him higher, but I kind of went back and forth on it.
But you're a coward. We have established this, yeah.
Yeah.
Where did I
I
end
had,
up?
Johnny wanted to rank every higher.
That's not true. I had him at 15, but I went back and forth. I think he was at 11 at one point. Um, but these are the guys I like. Like Jihad Campbell was very good.
I thought it was Jihad
Mhm.
Campbell, but
With the 12th pick of the ACFL draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Will Johnson, cornerback, Michigan. Atlanta's on the clock.
it's another hit, baby. We're so back.
Yeah, that was a little bittersweet for me because that's exactly who I would have been targeting at 12 if I stayed there. But Will Johnson's a beauty. Michigan guy, 6'2", almost 200 pounds. Not the fastest guy, but just really solid everywhere. He can play at the line, he can play cover. I think he's a home run pick.
Yeah, he's just a really smart, always in the right position. Not flashy, but just solid. Like really, like just and like solid in a way that you really like.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the
Acorn
injury
record my-
struggles is always going to make these guys weird for corners. Like, we kind of, we didn't see it, but narratively we saw it with Stingley, where like he struggled with injuries a little bit. It was a couple years since he had been elite, like, so we knock him down, and like he went third, so like he didn't get knocked down in the real draft, but here like at 12, I think this is low because of some of that same stuff. I would believe he's still the same guy.
Yeah, I agree. The injury stuff. It's kind of a common theme throughout all the top corners this year, except for Barron, who seems to be the healthy one, but he might get moved to safety. So, but yeah, with Siobhan Revel and Benjamin Morrison and Will Johnson, they all kind of got that injury knock on them. So, just a weird year for corner. I still think Will Johnson would be super safe. Though.
Yeah, a little interesting to see that 2 corners gone already, and who will be the next one gone. Got Atlanta up next.
I think
What do
this
they
board
need?
worked really good for Atlanta. I mean, they get their pick of the next edge if they want to do that, other than Jalen Walker would have been on their board, or interior guys. There's still a good amount left. So if I was targeting defensive line for them to try to build that back up, I think that this board is sitting great for them.
Yeah, I mean, I would love Derek Harmon here.
The Mike Green thing will just be who's the team to take him, right? Like
Yeah.
I have him at 8th on talent, but like I don't know if I would have taken him. So that's it's gonna be an interesting one to see where he goes. Who's gonna take that risk? Because it's a great player.
Warden, he's going to be there at 29, buddy.
I'm not taking him at 29, unfortunately. I'm gonna pass on a great
He might
player
be
because
there
I
at 27.
because can't make the call, but it'd be tough.
Bro's pinging about PRC stuff in the draft.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this extension done.
Hey, did you guys see this?
I didn't.
All right, come on, Atlanta. You have to take like 2 minutes tops to pick.
There you go.
Right on cue.
Believe it or not, it only was just over 2 minutes.
Moving at a good pace.
The 13th pick in the ACFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Derek Harmon,
Yes, let's
defensive
go.
line,
Oh, yeah.
Oregon.
Hey, Johnny with the snipe.
Cook.
Yeah, that's a solid pick. 6'5", 310 out of Oregon. He's gonna fill a huge hole on their D. He occupies a lot of space. He can stuff the run for Atlanta there. That's good value. Some guys have him lower, but he was one of those guys where a lot of guys kind of liked him and with good reason.
Yeah, and we obviously have been talking about him for a bit, so we were hyping ourselves up for this pick. This is great. This is great production right here. But yeah, if he can if he is bulked back up and he can still tap into some of that dynamic playmaking he had at 310, 315 ish at Oregon, like he can really kind of clean up an all around, really productive game. So that
It's
would
really like
be
the only
interesting to see.
yeah. It's really like the only reason I didn't have him higher than Mason Graham. I really wanted to do it, but I was too afraid to, and it'd be because of the size stuff.
The size stuff. What do you mean?
The the weight.
He's 20 pounds heavier than Graham expected,
No,
right?
no, I'm saying like how he's gonna play with the weight gain and the weight
Oh,
drop.
gotcha. I thought you were saying, yeah, it's like, okay. I thought you were just saying, like, oh, if he was bigger
No, I
or
love
whatever.
that.
Yeah.
No, I hope he's bigger. The fact that he's like this good as a pass rusher and he's listed on it from his pro day at 322, like it's ridiculous. And his tape is insanely good.
The Colts. What do the Colts do here, do we think?
This is Shador territory.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
I wouldn't. I still
definitely
wouldn't
his-
take him here, but
I'll take like Matthew Golden or do something fun.
Give me a Buka.
There aren't that many shockers in this draft yet.
it's a weird draft. It really is.
With the 14th pick, the Indianapolis Colts select Shedeur Sanders, quarterback, Colorado.
Oh, they did it.
Commanders on the clock.
Feel no goal.
And now it's dark time.
I really was curious. I wanted to see how far he would have fallen if he went past these two picks. It would have been interesting.
He wasn't play for me. Also, I can reveal that now. I think that a good doctor can.
What you guys have? Bo Nix?
Yeah, wait, hold up.
Yeah, I was gonna trade. I was gonna trade Bo for the ninth pick. I was thinking about it, but I was like, eh.
So wait. At During the draft, after the Browns already took a quarterback?
Oh, before the draft. Before the draft.
He said that's why the clock almost ran out.
Yeah. There was other players in play, but
I opened him. Man, I couldn't.
I had Shador very low on my board.
Hello, Johnny.
Tell you in 1 second.
I did not have him ranked
Shador.
6th on the big board. How'd that happen?
49th.
Oof.
He was 49th on my board.
I had him like 20 something. Why did it say 6?
It's pulling the consensus board rank.
Oh, I
Not
thought it was
your
from my
specific board.
board. Okay, I knew I
No,
had to get in the
consensus
20s.
board.
Gotcha. I thought it was from my board rank. Let's say.
I think PFF has him really low too.
PFA is like 40 something.
PFF
Yeah, I
has
had him at
dark
49.
dirty. What the fuck?
Yeah, they had Shador at 47, and I had him at 49. I am PFF.
They must really hate this quarterback class.
Let me see. They do have Cam at 20.
Kyle McCord.
With the 15th pick in the ACFL
Will
draft,
Howard.
the Washington Commanders select Mike Green, edge, Marshall.
Okay.
He's off the board.
There it is.
Yeah, no, that's a solid pick. 6'3", 251 out of Marshall. He was electric at the combine. He had some really nice swim moves. Character concerns, keeping him a little bit lower in the draft. We'll see where he goes in real life, but if he ends up with a good coaching staff that can use his tools and abilities and keep him straight, then he'll be a really nice player.
That would have been Mike Green would have been a good pick, like a perfect pick for when Dan Snyder ran the thing.
Oh, god damn. Stab him in the fucking heart while you're at it. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Ah.
Honoring his legacy.
Ooh.
Can we check Trey for bullet holes?
Oh. God damn. Took the knife out of his back and stabbed him in the fucking chest too while he's at it. God damn it. Whew.
That out of the video.
Oh, golly.
Savage.
Alleged.
Allegedly. We want to throw that in there in case he listens to this. Allegedly.
If he listens to this, he's already gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Oh,
If he's listening to this, I wouldn't draft him.
Yeah.
Allegedly. God damn. I'm glad I didn't have to pass on him. He's very good. He's a very good football player. I mean, he's going earlier than that probably in real life, so.
With another pick here.
Joe, yeah, Jimmy Horn. Also, yeah, hey, everyone gets $100. Look at that. We didn't celebrate it at the time, but everyone gets $100 from Acorn.
All right.
Everybody DM him your Venmos so he can get you your money.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Mike Green's kind of you have him off the board or you don't type of guy, but the talent's there.
Yeah. Sure is talented.
With the 16th pick, the Arizona Cardinals select Luther Burden III, wide receiver, Missouri.
Okay.
Miami's on the clock.
This is a reach for me, I think. I'm not super high on Burden.
I went on an odyssey with Luther Burden. I started with him in the top 10. And then I watched him more and went down to the 30s, 40s. And then now he's in like the high 20s. But overall, I can kind of see him go everywhere. And I can see why you were watching it and thinking that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him about mid-20s as well. I did have Matthew Golden above him, but
No, see, I don't have Golden higher, that's for sure.
maybe Ibuka as well. But
Ibuka I did
terrible.
have higher. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he's one of those polarizing prospects. It's one of those drafts where he could go anywhere from 15 to 30 kind of.
Yeah, I think I had him at 46th overall, and he was my 5th wide receiver.
Only 5th?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arizona gives Trevor Lawrence that new contract and a new weapon, so that's a good pick.
That Trevor contract is something.
Well, you gotta give him weapons if you're committing to him, right?
I guess
for
I only
sure.
have 6 in the top 50 if you don't count Hunter, so.
Yeah, I was counting Hunter as a corner.
I count him as both, so.
Yeah, I just
I
for
double
my
count him.
sake, he-
What is Miami gonna do here?
They're going to go with Golden. Most obvious pick ever, Matthew Golden.
Isaiah Bond to replace one hit case receiver for another.
Well, they didn't have Tyreek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not here, at least.
He's the fastest guy still on the board.
Did a receiver beat Golden? I'm sure somebody did. 49.
Yeah.
I don't know who ran the fastest 40 this year.
I got you. I'll check it out.
Golden's is a 429 with a conspiracy theory that it was actually started late. The hand time trutherism. Do you guys see that? See it on Twitter every now and again.
Okay.
Yeah.
The NFL website doesn't put. Oh wait, 4 yard dash right there. Maxwell Harrison beat Matthew Golden by .01 seconds.
Look at that. Go Hairston.
Yeah, I went Harrison, Golden, Darian Porter,
Go.
and Dante Thornton Jr. Those are the four that were 4-3 and under.
It was a really, really slow class.
Actually, well, since they think Matthew Golden here, they fell in love with Worthy last year.
They only watch one school, so it's like it's got to be a Texas guy. It's like it's probably too early for Quinn, you know. So it's.
Well, you never know in Miami.
It's Quinn Ewers. It's going to be the Tua hedge.
No. It's Dennis Gabriel.
Tom McCord is still there. Just saying.
Yeah. That's exactly hovering pair. That's exactly what I was talking about with Golden. I saw people being like the timer was started late, so he should have ran a 4.39, not a 4.29, and then he never ran again at any other point to show us that he was actually like a 4.4 speed guy. That's what I think he is anyway. I totally ignored the 40 time. I'm like, I don't care. That's not real. And that didn't even like that wasn't even like a conspiracy like they fucked up the time. I was just like, nah, he's not that fast. I don't care. I don't care that he did it. He's not that fast. So the conspiracy theory was just more ammo for me.
Did we ever get the reasoning that MS Shed never worked out last year?
With the 17th pick in the ACFL draft, the Miami Dolphins select Matthew Golden, wide receiver, Texas.
The most obvious pick ever, dude. This was an easy one. I didn't even consider this a different way at all.
We bullied him into it.
I'm not very high on Golden, if you can't tell by the description. I have him at 47. But if I did the thing that I told myself to do with CJ Stroud, where you just watch like the last 4 games or last 3 games, I would have him as a first rounder.
I had him as 25. And he was. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I was watching very closely with a lot of bets on the last couple games. That Golden was killing it for us, so I have a spot in my heart for him because he won us.
Hell yeah.
Those SGPs, baby. Yeah, him and Worthy will be fine in Miami.
I mean, I just can't picture those two being teammates, you know? It's not going to work out.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it was an obvious pick. I think it works for them. I think it's going to be a good fit. I think they're going to put up some numbers there. So I think it works, and this is a pick that I was expecting 100%.
The fact that Quinn Ewers had Worthy, Mitchell, Golden, and Bond the last like 2 years, and he still looks like garbage so much of the time, really aggravates me.
I saw some people talking about one of his 2022 games on the timeline the other day, and it's just like it's insane that he didn't. It's like he didn't do anything better since then.
It wasn't even that game. It was JT O'Sullivan talking about the first quarter of that game.
Oh, perfect. Even better. I have decided this entire draft cycle I am not watching any more for Quinn Ewers. I am not putting him on the board. I'm not scouting him. No. I don't want to watch anymore. I've seen enough.
I can't do it.
So he's not on the board. It's not because I don't think he's draftable. I just can't bring myself to watch any more of it. It's so frustrating.
It was hilarious to me because I remember arguing with somebody on Reddit last year. I think before the early entry stuff or whatever. I don't know at what point in the draft cycle it was, but it was clearly a Texas homer who was just like adamant that he was going to be worth a top 5 pick.
Well, I mean, we were talking about Carson Beck as a top 5 pick at that time, so honestly, that I could see that.
No, he was like he's coming out this year. Last year he was like
Listen, people be saying that about fucking anybody. It's not doesn't mean anything. But also, I think your mic got like partially unplugged or something. Yeah. It sounds like you're like about a mile away from the mic yelling at us.
Not quite text underwater levels, but
Yeah, not quite underwater. Yeah, it's got. I've seen worse, but like unplug it and plug it back in or something. Worse somehow. I don't. I don't know how you did that. But yeah, I forgot they had Whittington too. Yeah, they really are fucking just grinding the Texas train here. I mean, they'll be able to get Bond later. That's a good thing, quote unquote, allegedly. Good thing. No.
Yeah, who is the Ole Miss guy who had AJ Brown or DK Metcalf and all that?
Who was that? Fuck. I don't remember that dude at all.
Is my mic better yet?
It's better. You fixed it.
Okay.
But yeah, who was that quarterback? Fuck. I don't know. He played in the league, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, that was all the thing. Like, this guy wasted fucking those two, and we're still gonna put him in the league?
What was the question?
Who was the quarterback for A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf at Ole Miss?
mackerel.
Was it? That can't be that time.
Could be.
Can't blame a freshman Matt Corral for that. If that's really what it is.
It was 26 to 2018. Jordan Tamu?
Tiamu. Okay, how much time does JFK have left here? Is there a running clock on this? That we can see?
He's begging someone to trade up for him. So I don't know.
I've got the clock. I gave him his minute and a half ish heads up.
He came to me and offered me a next year first to take this pick, and I said no thanks.
You know, I had a trade, but got pulled out at the last moment.
The last year of
that
AJ
pull-out
Brown,
game, real strong.
the last year of AJ Brown at Ole Miss was the quarterback was Jordan Ta'amu.
Yeah, I don't think we're hating on this random guy for wasting two NFL guys. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm sure he did his best.
a lot of guys are not very good.
Hey, quarterback's hard, all right?
UFL legend.
Spoken as
Gordon
a
Taylor.
also formerly bad quarterback, all right?
Hmm.
What did MK have for Tamu grade back in 2016?
I can look it up if you want.
Yes, please do. What?
First round.
Give me a second here. A fifth.
Hell yeah! See, he knew ball.
That's awesome.
We do have a pick from Kansas City. With the 18th pick, the Kansas City Chiefs select Kelvin Banks Jr., tackle, Texas.
Oh, when
The
in doubt,
Rams
draft
on
the
the clock.
tackle. Hell yeah.
Just like in real life.
I mean, I don't have too much to say. He's a really good tackle. Like I got nothing else to add except for he's a good tackle and I like to pick.
Yeah, I like Banks. Banks open.
Banks open, baby.
Although you kind of hope that the bank's not open. for the Sunday.
Yeah, banks closed. Like,
Well, the bank's always closed on Sunday, so that's good.
That's true. Good point. Yeah, good call.
Just don't play them on Thursdays or Saturdays.
Well, I mean, if it's a night game on Thursday, they're closed at night. No
Yeah.
big deal there. No, Saturday morning game.
Yeah.
That might be a little sus. You might want to give him a chip help on Saturday.
Shaky special.
Although they usually play like Saturdays is like Christmas time and shit. Christmas is a holiday. They're off.
Yeah. But you don't put it past the NFL to, do anything stupid with their schedules.
Not
It's only a
my
matter of time before we.
not my NFL.
It's
Yeah.
only a matter of time before we get like 4 games a day every day of the week starting at noon.
Yeah.
That'd be so legit. I would never get any work done in the afternoons, dude. I'd just put it on the TV. I know I could convince my boss to put it on too. We'd just be watching every day.
Fix it for Rams. Where do we think they're leaning?
I didn't have a good read on what I thought they'd do.
Oh, they put it in really fast.
Yeah, they like the pick for sure. Ibuka would be fun, but I don't know if he is necessarily a need with kind of a similar role as Boyd.
I could see Connerly.
I figured that was a good chance to jump in because the Rams have selected Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver, Ohio State.
All right, I sniped it anyway.
Broncos are on the clock.
What did they do here?
Ibuka was just off of my top remaining, so I was like, it was kind of like, do I think to go Simmons? I think their offense still kind of lock it in there, but good football player. What can I say?
Yeah.
Everybody needs good football players.
He's wide receiver 2 for me, unless you count Hunter. Then he's wide receiver 3.
That's a good fun pairing for.
Zion, respect the All-Pro first team, Tyler Boyd. Okay.
Hey, he was former Lion.
ACFL first team All-Pro, Tyler Boyd.
I know.
He's got that chemistry with Caleb. You can't teach that.
No, you can't. No, he can block too. He's a good player all around.
yeah, citing blocking is how you really know your guy's cooked.
Well,
Blocking's good for receivers. It's needed.
It is. Denver, they could use some interior D line, maybe like a Walter Nolan here. They could go offensive tackle, maybe Simmons, Connerly Jr.
Yeah, I could see them bouncing a lot of different ways for sure. Interior is where I would hope they'd go potentially, but wouldn't be surprised. I had them going Nolan in the mock actually, which is funny.
That would be perfect. Then we got pick 21 from Italy coming up.
Who's it gonna be?
Well, might be something different.
I do. I am takes Loveland. Loves the land of particular.
So who's everyone thinking for their picks?
Got a long time to wait unless somebody wants to trade down.
For me, this ship for 18 though.
Somebody driving, or is that a
Little
mic?
spoiler there on the left. The Saints have traded up
Ooh.
to 20.
Making some moves. Saints are always a
Uh,
fun team to draft, eh?
They are sending Denver pick 30, pick 79, pick 144, and pick 188.
It's almost more than they gave up to move up to 5. That was 7. Okay, cool.
Saints are wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
they're making moves all throughout the day already.
do they take an offensive player here, or do they triple up on defense?
I mean, you got room on defense. I think maybe Jihad Campbell would be the pick here.
Campbell and Walker would be so filthy. Nolan would be a good pick here too. Nolan and Graham, man, they could have really nice team.
Okay. Oh, he just revealed it. Maybe.
No, fuck no.
With the 20th pick in the ACFL draft, the New Orleans Saints select Shamar Stewart, edge, Texas A&M.
Okay, I see it.
Giants are on the clock.
The two hardest players to rank for me, and they took them both. So
I see the vision.
sending a message.
Oh, I love this pick for them. Shamar Stewart's one of my favorite guys in the draft. I know the production wasn't there, but the traits are just too much. Too much to pass up.
Yeah, Shamar Stewart's a guy I love seeing go to another team.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good trade up for them. I don't think he's gonna be there at 30, so that's probably a perfect fit. Bert on the clock next.
Ooh.
These are always good.
Yeah, another lineman.
Will Howard.
Will Howard time, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think whoever he picks, he's gonna then regret it 10 minutes later.
Saints D is going to be wreaking havoc if these players end up hitting. So that's fun.
I don't know what to do here. I'm kind of stuck at 27.
I think I do think Burt will take the tight end. He could use the tight end. Kenneth Grant could be a good option as well. James Pierce Jr.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Shamar Stewart Light?
Shamar Stewart, if he actually won anything.
I can't wait. Watching the drills, James Pierce Jr. He was so smooth in all of his drills. He looked unbelievable. But just the interviews are questionable. Motherfucker forgot his shirt. Who does that? I don't know. Too many questions for me.
I mean, if you're ripped like he is, I mean, I'd forget my shirt all the time.
Yeah, oh, sorry, it must have snapped off.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. Ah, man, I didn't know my own strength. Happens to me all the time. Very relatable.
On the golf course, mostly.
Of course. Of course. Where else?
After a big drive.
Forgot his shirt for him narrative.
No, that's preparation failure. Well, nobody on my round 2 on my draft board taken yet, so that's a good sign. We're doing pretty good here.
Can't say the same, tragically. I didn't even have Shamar Stewart on my board for today. And it
No.
doesn't have everyone, but he probably won't be higher than like round 3 at the most.
You hate him.
Yeah. Severe hater.
Who's gonna,
JFK Jr.
who's gonna be that pick that shocks everybody? Come on.
Tyler Show.
Oh God.
Dart right here. They're getting the Stroud replacement.
I'm just saying the 27 market's getting hot.
Get that out of here.
Yeah.
Take that shit discussion to where it belongs. All right. You can join the spam wall of people trying to move their pick.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, the
come on.
Giants-
Get it
come
on.
on.
Come on.
He's having an existential crisis between two guys.
I think he sent abort it, but whatever. I don't know.
Mhm.
Right now, he's the most stressed man on vacation.
Yeah. Everybody else is looking at him like, "What are you doing?"
I gotta
He's
figure
yelling at-
out. Do I take
He's
James
yelling at other
Pierce or
tourists.
Todd
Do I
Campbell?
pick James Pierce Jr. or do I pick Jahad Campbell?
Yeah.
Like he really busted out that New York accent in there just to really drive it home too. I appreciated that a lot.
Yeah.
That was a good touch.
I tried.
Also, I just want to point out that everybody in his Giants top 3 available are juniors. So maybe he has a type.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot that I did that.
Yeah, it's gonna be funny when Ravel doesn't even go till day 3.
It's gonna be so funny when he slaps immediately.
Just
He's
sits
gonna be like,
at the top of the top remaining forever.
Yeah.
Bro,
Even after he
I'm
makes a
telling
UFL and all that. Where's the Jeopardy music when you need it?
He's typing. We should have a pick in a second.
Kyle McCord.
Don't you be saying that shit. That's my second round pick right there.
Yeah, shut up.
Shut the fuck
Will
up. We talked
Howard.
about this.
Will Howard, come on now.
Why do you think I'm talking about it? Trying to spoil your picks.
I hate you so much right now.
Jackson Dart.
If you say one word about Jaden Higgins, I will end you.
Yeah, they just gonna be a
Higgins
good
is
spot
big,
for
fast, and
Jalen
tall.
Noel and Jaden Higgins.
There's like a whole bunch of Jalen's in this class, I noticed.
Tons of Jalen's, yes. We are saturated in the Jalen market.
A team's gonna spell Jalen the wrong way and just take the wrong guy.
I'm just gonna start building one side of the football with all Jalen's.
Yeah.
All right, come on, announce the pick.
With the 21st pick, the New York Giants select Walter Nolan, defensive lineman.
Yeah,
Ole
hell
Miss.
yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nice pick.
Our own Walter.
Physically dominated SEC competition.
Yeah, great value at this part of the draft for sure. Walter Nolan is a stud. I know. I should have known Burt really won. he's been a Nolan pounding the table for him for quite some time. So that's very fitting pick. A solid disruptor from the outside.
I'm a bit of a Nolan fan myself.
You're a Nolan connoisseur.
He makes good movies and he rushes the passer.
Yeah.
Amen.
Versatile. Teams love versatility.
What was his analytics? I actually thought he was going to be a little bit higher on his stuff when I watched his tape. Win rate was 10.9, pressure rate 9.67. Run stop was good at 11.9, and the true pass set win rate was good, 19.5.
Bucks getting James Pierce Jr. here could be a good fit. They might get him at I think 15 in real life too. So I don't know. That could be a good start.
Yeah,
interesting.
him or
Really,
Campbell was
all
where I
the
was thinking for them in the mock draft. I think, or no, I had him going, but like if I would have had him sitting here, I'd have definitely been. It'd been a tough call for me.
They could use help all over the D, and so
I did have them going Campbell in the predictive mock draft, so I got to get one more hit in here. So they're going Jahad Campbell.
let's go. Pick us in.
With the 22nd pick in the ACFL draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Jihad Campbell, linebacker.
Hell
Alabama.
yeah, let's fucking go! I've had a way better year predicting than like the last 3 years. This is awesome.
I forgot he was still on the board.
How many of you got right so far, Steele?
I think it's 6. As well as so far not having missed a first rounder, which I shouldn't have by now, but still.
Yeah, I thought Jihad looked really confident at the combine there. Everything he did, he just looked smooth. But, positionally versatile. Play a little inside linebacker, outside linebacker, up front if you need. Not as good up front, obviously.
He's really good in coverage.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. I think he's like top linebacker.
Yeah.
Offers speed and physicality. I think could be a complete package at linebacker.
Yeah, he's really good breaking in on the runs too. Like, I love Campbell. He's really good.
I was contemplating him at 12 for sure.
Mike Green, Luther Burton, that started wide receiver point Calvin now. Well, Harris is still there. BK. So who's still up with the receiver? BK.
I'm gonna take this time to take quick break here. I don't want to say anything bad about the Bears, which I inevitably will. I'll be back in a minute.
The Bears select Will Howard. They have their draft board sorted to only have Wills, and they just can't figure out how to get around it.
You have to be on when your division rivals pick.
Who's the best kicker available?
Hey, you can still hit on some of these remaining picks. I mean, Zabel's still here for the Bears.
Zabel could go. That'd be dope. Yeah, I'm not. It was my last chance, but this is the one I felt the best about in here.
The history of the North Dakota State guys is not very good.
That's what a hater would say, but I'm not a hater. So.
Like, I was curious about it, and I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, the vast majority of them have not done anything in the NFL. And it's like they're always hyped. They always get this like end of first round, early second round, like everybody loves this dude.
It's happened like twice, right?
I feel like it happens like every year. I feel like every year we've done this, I feel like
there's been the 2 quarterbacks who sucked, except for Wentz, who was an MVP. And because who's the fucking offensive lineman for this thing?
There was one guy last year.
I don't remember that guy having any smoke, but maybe being a fucking idiot.
No, there was
Yeah, just thinking somebody else was the North Coast State guy. I don't know. Mock. Yeah, Mock's been fine, right?
no. I know people have been like he's not very good.
Thought he's a decent year. But Radun sucked, yeah.
Christian Watson, Dylan Raduns, Trey Lance.
Christian Watson was? Really?
Yeah.
And he's been good. He's the most valuable player on the Packers.
With the 23rd pick, the Chicago Bears select Michael Williams, edge, Georgia. The Los Angeles Chargers on the clock.
This was what I had hoped for coming in, is that Jalen Walker, Michael Williams, and Shamar Stewart would be off the board by the time I got up, because I didn't want to have to try to decide to take them. I have them all close enough to be in actual consideration. It's not like I hate these guys all the way, but they did scare the shit out of me. So
Yeah, they were hard to project for me.
Yeah, I projected them low.
listen, don't put that out there. I'll delete that right now. I'll use my mod powers to delete that message. I will strike you down where you stand.
Dude, Ezerico's good. I like Donovan.
Can I change, please? What? Oh my. Oh my god. Brother.
Can I
Louis.
Viking.
Brother.
You had a good pick, too.
Louis.
Wait, yeah, John Campbell's a great pick too. Like, why
Doesn't he have another one? He has another pick coming up, right?
So his GM made the pick, or what?
Yeah, but he told
Yeah, I
him to
guess
make the
so.
pick for him.
This is insane. What the fuck?
Okay, we're back. Fuck the Bears. Michael Williams, bust already. No, I actually work so well because I don't like Michael Williams, so I can cheer against him. And it's not even in genuine. This genuine? In genuine?
Bro authorized his GM to make the pick, and he picked Jahad Campbell, and he hates it so much he wants to get a redo. Like,
He picked a guy that everyone was like, "Dude, I love this guy." Like,
great pick.
Yeah. If we were doing draft grades, he'd probably get at least like an A- on that pick.
So
I'm
if
giving
I
him an
screw up
A.
my pick again.
got a 1 year return policy on the pick.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking look at this fucking guy. oh wait, never mind. He was top of the board. Okay, cool. Fucking
Crazy.
what an excellent bit. I must. That's a great bit. I can't lie. It is excellent.
That's going in the ACFL Hall of Fame for draft day. It's extra funny because if he had just sent in the board, that's what he would have gotten too. Oh my god.
Oh, bro.
This is moving a lot faster than I thought it would.
The
Yeah,
first round
day
usually.
one usually goes by pretty quick.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, teams, they know what they're doing a lot of the time. Like, those first couple picks went by super quick.
It's the round you can have the strongest plan for. It's kind of hard to plan as confidently for every other round.
Okay.
Also, the trade market there's been this is probably the least, I guess, because a lot of picks moved beforehand, but this has been the least active trading I think we've seen for round one.
Yeah, definitely. We got to be hitting that under on the trades, I think, right?
Yeah, these like for on draft day. Like,
Yeah, only 2, and both are by the Saints.
yeah.
With the 24th pick, the Los Angeles Chargers select Wilson Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
Nice. Chargers real life pick. Chargers here. We'll never see it.
Jim Harbaugh guy.
Packers are on the clock.
Tyler Show. Tyler Show.
Will Howard.
Guys, come on. They're going McCord.
Be a fight that's not between the Tampa Bay front office when both are fine with the pick. Just cut all the other messages out of this. Isolate the conversation between you guys and hang it in the Louvre.
This is art.
So who we feeling for? Oh, well, talk about Loveland.
Talk about
Loveland's
Loveland.
sneaky one of the best tight ends in the draft. I think he's just up there with Warren for sure. I think this is actually something that could happen in real life too. Is Jim Harbaugh taking his boy from Michigan? So.
I think the blocking stuff is more concerning with him, and I've been reading up on tight ends. Like, if he can develop as a blocker, I think he'll end up being a really good pro. If he can't develop in that area, I think he kind of settles as like decent, which is fine for a pick this late in the first round. But I think a lot of his future just depends on how well he develops as a blocker.
I don't know if that's necessarily the only X factor here, because I think like he runs his routes so well. I think I just like to see him make tough area catches better. Like the focus on those being a little bit better. I think if he develops in that way, he's still gonna put up like 1,000 yards. So like that'll make him a great tight end regardless.
I mean, the thing that I've been reading a lot on, like with tight ends, and like people who I think have a good handle on the position, is like you'd rather if you end up just being kind of like a slot receiver, you want to lean more on a guy who's more of like a. You might as well just go for like a big slot receiver, kind of like a Drake London or something like that. So it's like I don't know if Colston Loveland is quite that kind of player.
I don't think he's that bad of a blocker right now though. He's good enough to be a big slot guy from inline. Not gonna be a plus blocker, but I don't think he's even a bad blocker right now.
I think some of the blocking stuff worries me a little bit. I think he can develop in it. I don't think he's not a. But I think and that's not, it's like I don't think he'll ever be a bad player. It's just how much use you'll get out of him. I think depends on how he develops as a blocker.
Of the top 10 tight ends in the league, like 2 of them can block. So I don't know if it matters.
Because then
I don't know.
With the 25th pick, the Green Bay Packers select Malachi Starks, safety, Georgia. The Buccaneers are on the clock.
On brand.
It's a good player.
Very
I
good
wasn't
player.
crazy. I had an issue with both of the safeties, Starks and Amenwari.
You're kind of just like falling into like with the Starks thing. You're just falling into the like, is he not athletic? I think so. That's what my read on you there. He's him.
No, I didn't really worry about the athleticism. I don't know. The tape didn't really stand out to me that much. But also, I will fully admit safety is a weak spot on when watching tape.
Safety is hard. Confirmed.
I also just want to hate on an acorn pick. So.
Well, you know what? That's so real.
Oh, top 10 player in the class. Oh, all right. I'm really gonna hate on this pick now.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I don't mind that. Starks is solid. Good help in the secondary. Good size. Sounds like there's some trade action out there. Bucks on the clock next.
Well, okay, you came in wanting safety. That's kind of silly though. Like you're aiming at it. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like I get liking the player here, but like aiming for him is a little silly.
We aimed for O line and safety. That doesn't line up with what I was told. All right.
Hitting a guard early snap at
Oh god! Oh goddamn! One shot at him right there. Jesus fuck.
Loki, I think Percy's won the draft. He's had a few bangers. Today.
He's really been cooking. Honestly, why am I trying to trade up right now?
I think there could
early second.
there could be a few there could be a few steps that are breaking up today.
Hopefully the Tampa Bay guy is awake. Hopefully.
He's got one more pick.
he's been responding to me in DMs because I was trying to trade for this pick, so he's awake. He told me to fuck off, and I respect it.
Try trading with the GM.
Oh, true. Oh, good call. I gotta hold up. I gotta make a DM. See, I mean, with the board shake, I guess I probably don't even have to, but I'm nothing if not excited to make a move. Admittedly, it's pretty funny for somebody else to say. I considered Starks and Campbell both at 13, but Campbell went 4, and then Starks went 25. It's kind of funny split there.
I think he's talking about Jihad Campbell.
Oh.
Yeah, not Will Campbell.
I thought this was in response to the Packers thing. Too many Campbells. Sorry.
It would be a little hard to consider.
Well, that's what I was saying. I thought that he was trying to support the Packers and not make them feel like they're gonna die. I know your O-line is missing one guard, I think, if I remember correctly, so that would fit. The last Infinity Stone.
Jackson Dart.
With the 26th pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have selected Kenneth Grant, defensive line, Michigan.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's so good. I was gonna have a hard time not taking him, honestly. I don't need it, but I was gonna have a hard time not taking him.
Yeah, Ken Grant, another Michigan guy. Fucking I think he'll go way higher than this in real life. He's got the talent and potential to be like 10 to 15 range at least. So this is a steal here, I think.
I will say one project I did want to look at this offseason was going to be looking at the results of players who have gone higher in real life than they have in here, as opposed to players who went lower. Because I'm like, just thinking about my history, a lot of the guys who went a lot higher than where I took them have not lived up to the hype of the higher pick. Like you have Tyquan Thornton. I took him in the 5th. He went in the 2nd. Peyton Turner took in the 4th. He went in the 1st. Trayvon took 6 or 7. He went 1st. Trying to think of the other ones.
Bucks walk away here with Jihad Campbell, Kenneth Grant, and Ginty. That's a really nice first round for them.
Sure is. It's baller.
That could be 3 top like 15, 16 guys that go in the draft. Yeah.
He's saying Starks
Yes,
prospect.
he's saying Starks top 10 guy.
Massive L.
Oh.
And then we get the circuit of everyone in chat being like, "Oh, I loved your pick. I was considering your guy with my pick."
I mean, Grant at 17 makes sense, but he was never ever thinking anybody but Matthew Golden. Let's be real.
Whoever the Titans pick here, I was considering with my pick.
Gonna age poorly. I bet I know who this pick is.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yep. You bet.
Bonik's about to get shipped out.
Oh man. The sport felt so fucking good for the Ravens. God damn it. Look at James Pierce right in the goddamn lap. Thought they're gonna have to take Jalen Walker. This is.
Hey, Eman Warry's still there.
Oh, well. Can't forget about that.
The Titans have traded pick 27 to the Green Bay Packers for picks 34 and 96.
And the Packers are taking Javon Revel.
Packers are on the clock.
Javon Revel to the Packers. He was talking about him the other day. I thought that was the pick before. So it's going to be Revel this
Will
time.
Howard.
Come on, I want to hate on Green Bay picks.
Well,
Will Howard.
get ready to learn changing your position after watching tape again, buddy.
Who is the Packers quarterback?
Jordan Love.
With the 27th pick, the Green Bay Packers select James Pierce Jr.
Oh,
edge.
they sniped him.
Oh.
Hell yeah, we're back. We're so back. I don't know what the fuck the Ravens are going to do here with all their corners and linemen. Oh, God, that's a hell of a snipe.
It was actually a double snipe because me and Tennessee were working on a deal. I was actually going to trade up and take James Pierce. Fuck you, Acorn and the Green Bay staff.
Yeah, and now here's a player with prospect fatigue.
For
James
real.
Pierce.
For real.
He's
He's
easily a top 10 talent on my board.
Yeah, you guys should have taken him where he took Starks.
I have him at 12, and yeah, it's... Yeah, why didn't you take him where you took Starks? I guess, like, maybe he thought there's more of a threat in between, but I don't know. Yeah, this is a good pick.
Yeah.
Good trade.
Yeah, way better pick.
Yeah, I feel like you take Pierce earlier, and then you just see if like Eminawari or Starks falls to you at this range.
Eamon Warrior is not a first-round guy. Please don't make it.
I thought you liked him. I don't like either.
I have him higher than, like, some. I have him at... Where the fuck do I have him at? I took him high in a mock draft-ish, because I have him at 54, so it's not high.
I thought I heard you talking about him. I thought you really
No,
liked
I drafted him at like 38 to the Cardinals once, but that's just because what do I do for them?
I got a
him.
pretty good value.
I don't really like either of them.
Yeah. So he's just a crazy athlete that can work. But Ty Felton here, hell yeah.
I really like the James Pierce pick. The pass rush win rate was higher than Abdul Carter, pressure rate higher than Abdul Carter, the run stop is higher than Abdul Carter. They had the same amount of hurries.
It's insane that people are just
Not
like,
saying,
he's not a productive player. I just don't understand where they're getting
yeah,
that from.
no, he's good. I'm not trying to argue that he's better than Carter as
Yes,
a
you are.
prospect,
You
but
actually
like,
think that Carter's an undraftable player.
oh, that's right, I forgot about that. But no, Pierce is. I hate that y'all let him fall this far.
Yeah, 6'1" is a little small for a guy out on the edge, but I mean, I think he's got the traits to make up for that.
Yeah. He's so quick, so agile.
Yeah, they add him to John Gary, Zach Vaughn. They're getting a little rebuild going.
Yep.
Start.
Yeah, so what do the Ravens do here?
That's what I mean. It's like I love corner and lineman here. I mean, they've talked about wanting to get off of fucking Achan. So, do they take Hampton? We both have him third.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where you go because they're pretty good on offense.
Yeah, so it's like I think you wanted to go defense, but like which guy you go defense when they already have their corners like so well set up?
Yeah.
They've invested so much in
So
corner already. Do they go again?
The two options you were really hoping for Baltimore were Campbell and Pierce.
I mean, do we do a Darius Alexander at the end of the first? Ezraku, I would like. I'd like Ezraku for them. So that's 100% what I'd do. But
I don't know if Alexander's an edge. Is he though?
no, he's an
I
interior
guess
guy.
he's like a tweener.
He's an interior
Yeah,
guy.
so they have Matabuke and Oliver signed for.
Oh, I forgot about Oliver. I always forget about Oliver, dude. He's
Yeah.
like underrated in games. I think that kind of hurts my ability to remember who the fuck he is sometimes.
Yeah.
But
So they're really like the only positions that you're really looking for Baltimore right now are edge and linebacker.
it is really hard to not have Madden brain when I have to spend like 10 hours a week looking at Madden for us. So it's very hard to not have like, oh, this guy fucking sucks in Madden. I have to like constantly like, no, he doesn't suck, man. Just has him as a 75.
I always get the issue of confusing real life with the game, so I can't even imagine what you suffer from in that department.
You could just overpower the O line. I mean, so you have Darrison Stanley as your tackle. I guess Mims is a guard, or at least one of those three is a guard. And you got Froholt. So I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to just completely stack your offensive line here with what's available.
It could take you more.
They probably have bigger holes.
Well, they obviously have bigger holes, but like they don't. It's the bigger holes are edge and linebacker, and that's really it. Because like cornerback, you're good. You got Humphrey and JPJ. Interior D line, you got Matabuke and Oliver. Safety, you have Justin Reed. I guess you could go safety, but like I said, like you guys said, Amenwari's this is a little too high. So you were even hoping that Starks maybe fell. Like all three reasonable options.
I did like Starks for them at some point. Campbell as well. Yeah. Like they had a couple guys they could have gone with.
Yeah.
They could have had a trade lined up, and if none of those guys are available, pull the trigger on the deal.
Yeah, so I think it's probably you go Hampton or Lyman.
If I were them, I would just take whoever Steele is going to take at 29.
I just realized I have back-to-back picks in the third round.
Mad at you.
Yeah.
Kamesh spelled James Pierce wrong.
It was right there.
That was intentional. It's my disrespect to Acorn.
Yeah.
Take us in.
With the 28th pick, the Baltimore Ravens select Donovan Ezraku, edge, Boston College. Steelers are on the clock.
I like the
Okay.
pick. He was.
I completely forgot about him. I was literally just talking about him.
Yeah, I think he's a very good player, a good first round edge rusher. It sucks that they didn't
Yeah.
get the top 10-ish guy one pick early, but
Yeah.
I think this is a guy that I would have been happy to end the draft with. For
Yeah.
myself, and I don't even need edge, so they could use
Yeah.
it.
This is a good settle. Good job, Ravens. I was worried for what you had as the options there, but good job.
All right, who do we think Steele's going with?
Kyle McCord.
Will Howard.
Guys,
I think
that's the second
I think
round.
he's
Shut
gonna
the
take
fuck
Connor
up.
Lee. I think he's gonna take Connor Lee.
Fucking.
He could always take his boy Eman Worry.
God, where the fuck did that come from? Literally, people in DMs, like Trevor was in DMs, like I might take your boy. I know you like him, like 6'3" beast. Like, where the fuck did this come from? I don't understand.
All right, everybody, keep the bit going.
Like, I truly, like, I don't think I've ever talked about him.
Let's all chip in and buy him an Eminwari. We'll buy him an Eminwari Steelers jersey.
Oh God, this is so fucking.
Who's the most
Yes,
So
receiver
I
left?
so badly don't want to pass on Josh Simmons.
Yeah.
Who's the most?
I think offensive line is probably where that would have been my guess for where you're going.
Who's the most head case receiver left on the board? Because that's where the Steelers are going.
You could take Jaden Higgins.
Dude, Jaden Higgins. Oh God, don't even. This board fell a lot better than I ever expected it to. I was actually trying to trade up for this guy though, so I have to take him. I thought for sure the Packers were taking him on me because they talked about him yesterday. I'm doing it.
Rebel.
McCord.
Johnny, I'm going to teach you how to say his name. The Steelers select Savon Revel Jr.
Revel, all right, there we
East
go.
Carolina.
There we go.
Oh, rough scenes for Stu.
No, that's nice. That's a good pick.
Is this pre-tape or post-tape?
Post-tape. I turned on that dude's tape and I was like, "Holy shit, this guy's good."
Dude, he's so fucking good. The injury's gonna scare me the whole time, but
Yeah.
it's just an
Y'all
ACL.
are
He might be a
hating for no
little. He might be a
reason.
little slower as a rookie because the ACL is a 2-year recovery sometimes. But
Yeah.
I can't. I gotta have at least one corner that has some potential in the future.
I like the pick. You cooked.
Yeah, this has a chance to be a home run pick if Revel doesn't show any signs of ill effect from the injury and bounces back. He's got some really nice tape.
So do I just try to trade up for the next pick and take Simmons now? Just trade every pick I got.
I don't even really get the hate for Revel. Like aside, like the injury's scary for sure, but like the production is good.
Yeah, so nice.
See, last year, 19 catches on 42 targets, 9 pass breakups. And that was as a sophomore, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, and I'll talk about it all day. His reaction time is just sick.
Yeah, I think that's. I even wanted to kind of put him at CB2, but I just had to be a little scared of the injury, so I think he's CB3 for me. Four.
I think he could end up getting. I think he could be one of those guys who just gets up a lot. He ends up getting a lot of interceptions. I think he'll be a good turnover guy.
Yeah, he could perform really well. Okay, 3 more picks. We got Broncos, Commanders, Rams, barring any trades. Not a bad first hit.
Yeah, only took 2 hours to basically get through everything.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's insane pace.
I figured I'd be up around 3 at the earliest. Wait a minute, guys. I regret my trade. I fell asleep. No, I'm playing. I want my pick back now. Yeah. What does Denver do here?
Yeah, honestly, I got no idea. I'm just who are people you guys like?
Give him
Maybe
Hampton.
Haley.
Give him Hampton, dude.
I like Hampton too. Yeah.
What do they need? Really?
I have no clue.
What is Denver looking for? What are they fishing for?
Who knows at this point? They're probably fishing for a trade down. Oh shit! No
Yeah,
fucking way! God damn it!
They're good at corner. They're good at edge.
Oh, there's
Linebacker.
a trade ticket open immediately after I say that. That's so fucking
Yeah.
funny.
I
Oh,
closed it like right before you said it. I clocked
oh,
it right before.
okay. I wasn't even looking, so.
I thought, yeah, no, when you said it, I was like, oh, he caught it. They could go, yeah, they could go O-line if they didn't trade down.
Sion, top rope. He's really cooking today.
That's a very interesting sided trade. I'll say.
Zion's gonna walk out of the first round with Abdul Carter and like 4 banger comments.
Yeah, A plus plus A for him.
Bro. Said that.
Wait, what did Mock just do?
He didn't use the
Did
ticket
he
prop.
post it?
He posted it so everyone could see.
This is why you're not trying to run 3 sheets and do this all at the same time. It just does not work.
Yeah, welcome to my fucking world, buddy.
What did you do with the children today? Give them to your parents or what?
They're running one of the sheets.
Oh, that's sufficient. That's sufficient. I mean,
I'm trying to run the ACFL sheet for trades while running the broadcast sheet, while trying to run my own sheet, while trying to DM people. It's going great.
Pause, dude. What the fuck?
never doubt Mock's ability to get into the first round, no matter what. Okay.
Did you see that Vikings logo up here?
All right, what's he gonna do?
Okay, all that's done. Let's see, we have a trade. Minnesota is sending 37, 53, and Las Vegas is 2026 fifth. Denver is sending 30, 73, and 188. And with that, with the 30th pick, the Minnesota Vikings select Marion Hampton, running back, North Carolina.
Hell yeah.
Washington's on the clock.
Very good player.
Good football player. Hashtag good football player. I think you should have drafted Cam Scatterbo in the second, though.
Scatibo?
No, I'm just kidding. I was just doing the bit because I was the Green Bay and them. I had them flip them in the mock draft earlier, and they were mad about it. That's all I was doing. That was the only bit. But yeah, Hampton, first round running back, all the way. Big fan.
Yeah, Hampton. I'm definitely a big fan of Hampton. If he ends up going higher than this in real life, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's going to the Steelers at 21, which is a death sentence, but so Washington up next. Where do we think Washington goes? Do they go? They traded down. Who'd they draft?
So far, they've got
Green.
Mike Green.
Give him Jaden Higgins.
Yeah,
Will
got a
Howard.
receiver. They're going safety.
Do it.
Going running back.
Do it, you cowards.
Little Jackson Dart action here.
Kyle
I can see
McCord.
O-line. I can see O-line. Simmons, Connerly.
Gray, scouting the helmet, not the player's table. Also on the table.
Milam.
Ooh. Hey?
Wyatt Milam.
You bet. You fucking bet. First round, Wyatt Milam. Oh, I'd be so hyped.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even be mad that I couldn't draft him later. Love that for him. He's so him. 62
Him
or
and his 32-inch.
62 or somebody snipes him. That's what happens.
Him and his 32-inch arms. Arm measurements are like the new in vogue topic these days.
What do you mean new? It's been like that for like 3 or 4 years now. Where have you been?
Yeah, like if you don't have 33-inch arms, just kill yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't have 33-inch arms, then fuck you.
Oh damn, I'm losing a left guard then.
I thought you were talking about yourself. Like, well, damn, I'm losing a left arm then.
I'm losing a left guard. Peter Skoronsky has
I'm,
the right arms.
I'm losing a left tackle.
Yeah.
With the 31st pick, the Washington Commanders select TJ Sanders, defensive line, South Carolina.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Rams are on the clock.
Interesting.
Bull Rush McIntyre for the NFL Stock Exchange people. Hell yeah.
That's a little higher than I expected, but I agree. I see the vision.
He's
It's-
not
I
he's
just
not the
think he
lowest
could pick.
player. He's not the lowest player on the board selected by me at least.
Yeah, no, he's a sneaky good pick.
Shout out Golden.
Just hating on Golden.
Yep. Somebody's got to. I've picked up the mantle as the Matthew Golden hater.
I love it. I'm a master, like I said. I think you'll be alright.
Yeah.
Who's gonna take the bondsman?
Nobody.
I'm gonna say 10 times like, I will not trade up. I will not trade up. I will not trade up.
I got a bunch of fourth round picks. So if he's still around, I might take a shot, but I wouldn't go early on that.
Well, big as him. Come on down, Josh Simmons.
That was fast.
With the 32nd and final pick of the first round, the Los Angeles Rams select Josh Simmons, tackle, Ohio State.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Good pick. One of
That's
my-
great pick.
Could
Peace
have
out,
been
dude.
on the draft.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning into the first round of the 2025 ACFL draft. That went a lot quicker than expected. We will be chatting in general chat after this. So
Yeah,
if you wanna do
we're
that,
2 hours and
around.
16 minutes when I started the recording. That's gotta be a record by a lot, right? I feel like we've always been over 3 hours.
We should be.
So-
We definitely should have been
Like that.
tracking.
Well, we have
Every
recordings of most of them, so yeah. Figure
Yeah.
that out. But yeah, what
Yeah.
great job, everybody. Most people were awake for their picks, or at least had somebody to make them. Um,
Even if they didn't like the pick they made initially.
even though they did like it, they just didn't think they liked it. Happens to the best of us.
They got their picks in fast, so they didn't have to hear us talk as much, and we could go faster.
All right.
So noon tomorrow.
All right.
Same bad time, same bad channel.